Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update of the Chris Brown situation in Paris. You know, story is getting better each day. And this is breaking news. This article is according to BSO, which is Black Sports Online. I want you to check this article out because, you know, they speak nothing but the truth. It says Chris Brown's accuser and 20 witnesses' stories are vastly different about what happened in hotel room. And I'm going to go ahead and read the article. And I want people to understand what's going on and how important what's really happening, because I think Chris Brown's been set up here. And they try to set Chris Brown up, but I'm glad that there's more to the story that happened in Paris that night. So I'm going to read what BSO is reporting, and I want you guys to react how you feel about this. It says Chris Brown doesn't have a lot of margin of error and won't get the benefit of the doubt from a lot of people. But everyone should take a step back and wait for all the facts to come out. Brown has been detained and his accuser is speaking out. Her story and the story of the people at the hotel that night vary by a lot. I'm going to go ahead and continue reading. It says, Closer, which broke the story Brown was being investigated for rape, calls the woman by a pseudonym, Karima, a 24-year-old model who told the magazine she met Brown at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in Paris on January 15th and around 10:30 p.m. and then went to a nightclub. Karima told Closer at 4 a.m. Brown and his crew wanted to return to the hotel. She said she was tired, but they convinced her to go back to the Mandarin with a group of people. She said once inside his suite, she went to the bathroom. Brown followed her and catches me by the right arm. He makes me enter a sort of dressing room. He closed the door. It lasted 25 to 30 minutes. She described the alleged rape as brutal and violent. She said she was then abused by one of Brown's friends and bodyguard. Someone connected to Brown tell us the singer was never alone with the alleged victim and said Chris's girlfriend, Amika Harris, was in the hotel room the whole time. He said there were more than 20 people in the room hanging out and listening to music Brown was playing on his iPhone. I'm going to stop you right there. The story was that was Chris Brown, his bodyguard, and his friend along with this victim. That was the report. That was the story was out there. And then saying that they claimed that police arrested Brown for rape. Now, this was the story. Now this story comes out and said that it didn't happen like that because it said Chris Brown's girlfriend was in the hotel room along with 20 more people. Now, this is not the story that was reported before. Someone is lying, and I agree with BSO on this article right here. I'm going to read more to this. He says someone is lying because there is a big difference between raping a woman in a room for half an hour and playing on your iPhone with your girlfriend in the room the whole time. It says, hopefully the truth comes out. Brown has been released. U.S. singer Chris Brown has been released without charge in Paris after being questioned on suspicion of rape, French police says. Brown's lawyer, Raphael Chicki, said the R&B singer energetically professed his innocence and intended to sue for defamation. I'm going to continue. There's 3 pages to this story, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to go ahead and try to go ahead and click the more of the story. But it shows how contradicting these stories really is, right? Because according to BSO, you saw what they said. At first, we all report that Chris Brown raped this 24-year-old woman at a hotel in Paris, France. He's been charged with rape. That's been reported. And then she said that it was Chris Brown, his bodyguard, and his friend that was there in the hotel. And then turns out that it was Chris Brown, his girlfriend, and 20 more people at a hotel listening to his iPhone. Listen to music on his iPhone. Now, of course, it sounds to me, if this story is true, it sounds to me that Chris Brown has been set up from the word go. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to respond to this story because this is breaking story right now. This story, that if this story is true, that Chris Brown's girlfriend along with 20 people was at that hotel that night, it just strictly contradicts what they said about Chris Brown, and it proven that these women, along with the Me Too movement, is going after Chris. And guess what? If this story is true, it backfired. That story's backfired on him. So, and again, story is coming out. It's a story that's coming out according to the BSO, what's really going on. And this story is really interesting by the minute. So we're gonna this is really interesting, ladies and gentlemen, and like I said before, this is getting even more interesting. And this is according to Chris Brown's Instagram. And he said it himself. He said that, quote, "I want to make it perfectly clear, this is false and a whole lot of cap." I think he said a lot of crap, or another word. He said a lot of crap. Never for my daughter and my family. This is so disrespectful and is against my character and morals. This is according to Chris Brown's Instagram. Go ahead and try to do more stories. But it goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, that the story we just found out, the story that we've been representing, that Chris Brown raped this 24-year-old, was bullcrap. Was straight bullcrap. I want to say another person. I don't want to say a cuss word, but, that's not my nature. I wouldn't say that. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it proves that we always, attacking a person without the stories even coming out. Because we had to wait till more stories coming out. But it seems to me that Chris Brown is innocent. Because the thing is that one woman says Chris Brown raped her along with his bodyguard and his friend. And now multiple witnesses is coming out. Now 20 more witnesses said, no, it didn't happen like that. Chris Brown's girlfriend was in the hotel along with 20 other people, and they listened to Chris Brown's iPhone song. He listened to the songs he has on his iPhone. So, really, ladies and gentlemen, it's really a setup from the word go, what we're seeing right now. So, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it goes to show that what is happening, that we all been lied to. We all been lied to. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about this. Share this video. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe my reaction channel. And again, there's more to the story. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to end it, but there's been more to the story according to BSO. Okay, well, I thought it was more to the story, but it wasn't. So, I'm going to go ahead and say this on my commentary, that according to there's two sides to every story. Well, the report was Chris Brown raped the 24-year-old, and Chris Brown was arrested, been charged of raping this 24-year-old in their hotel suite. But it turns out that witnesses are coming out and say that's not true. In other words, they say that wasn't even true, that Chris Brown if that were true, then why his girlfriend was in the hotel with Chris along with 20 other people? It seemed to me that the Me Too movement is trying so hard to get Chris Brown with this story. So tell me what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Share this video. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe my reaction channel. And subscribe my Black Junction channel for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.